Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Speaker in the Spotlight, which is a series where you get to meet some of the speakers in the upcoming Children's Mental Health Matters Summit, which starts on the 16th of September. So it is literally just around the corner now. Tickets to the event are free. So if you haven't yet registered, you can head over to the website, which is in the comments, and it's also Children's Mental Health Matters Summit.co.uk. And you can see all of our speakers on there and be able to register and get your tickets so as you can join us. Today we are joined by Saffron Cooksey. So hello, Saffron.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
Good, thank you. Yeah,
good. Amazing. Awesome. So I will hand straight over to you then and just ask you to introduce yourself, not sort of your what you do and stuff like that, but you as a person, things that you enjoy, and a little bit about you, please.
Yeah. So I'm Saffron. I am a mum of two children, two teenagers. So I have a 16-year-old and an 18-year-old. My son has just started his first day of work today because he's taking a year out after doing his A-levels. So that's been interesting, exciting stuff. And I also have my little dog my little dog is a big part of my life because as a formerly anxious person and a wellbeing coach, she is my little bestie. She's my workmate. I'm going to show her to you right now. This is Daisy. And when I go into schools, my little Daisy comes into schools with me. She's my school wellbeing dog and she loves children.
She is beautiful.
Yeah, she's 3. She absolutely adores children.
Oh, so yes. Is she a Cavapoo or is
No, she's a Pouchon. She's a little Pouchon. She's a poodle crossed with a Bichon Frise. So she's great to go into schools because they're just so gentle and compassionate. So
yeah. Oh, that's lovely. She is gorgeous. So flying visit there. She's like, what's going on?
She's used to that by now. She's hey, this is Daisy. Especially when there's kids on the call. When children are on a call with me, I love to introduce them to Daisy because she's just a big part of what I do. And I think, dogs and children, it's just so great if you can bring dogs into schools, and the benefits are immense.
Yes. Yeah, totally agree with that. So what is it that do you want to tell us a bit about your business and how you got into it and who you actually help with your business?
So I was a teacher for 20 years. I started off as a French teacher for 5 years, and then I was a dyslexia specialist teacher for 15 years. And I was going around the local authorities. I was offering training about dyslexia awareness and becoming dyslexia-friendly schools. So I did that for 20 years. A lot of my students weren't just dyslexic because they had comorbid, it's called coexisting disorders these days. So I work with a lot of children with ADHD, a lot of children with autism, with various coexisting disorders. I loved my job, absolutely loved it. Gained a real depth of knowledge from doing that for 15 years. Went on lots of training, provided lots of training. But then unfortunately, with cutbacks in education, the role closed completely. Most of the dyslexia services across Wales, and I gather across UK as well, have shut down or had significant cuts. So then after leaving, it was kind of the right time in a way, because having been an anxious child myself, an anxious child and teen, the natural progression was for me to set up my own business as a mental health and wellbeing coach, because I'd completely recovered from a battle really of about 25 years of anxiety myself, completely recovered. And having, in the last few years, I started to notice that my dyslexic students, I was literally going into toilets and trying to coax them out of toilets to come to my lessons because they were having meltdowns in school. So a lot of my students were struggling with anxiety. And from my own experience of overcoming anxiety, I knew how to help them, but it wasn't considered within my remit as a dyslexia specialist. So I thought, I need to do something. I've got these skills and I need to actually put them into practice. So it was a real natural progression to become an anxiety specialist.
Yeah. Amazing. And there is a lot of anxiety around, particularly in teens at the moment, with everything that's been going on, as well as all the sort of normal thing with hormones and stuff like that. It it is a very sort of well-known thing. So yeah, I'm sure you're impacting lots of children's lives at the moment. So where is it, if people want to find out a little bit more or want to connect with you, your links do go with the interview, but is there one place that you tend to be more than the others, or what's the best way to be able to get in contact with you if people want to have a chat?
I'd say Facebook. I'm starting to use Instagram much more. So Facebook, Instagram, email. I just love to help. I'm having experienced really, really significant anxiety myself for the first 25 years of my life. I love to help. And, generalized anxiety, social anxiety, all forms of anxiety I'm able to help with. But yeah, I'd say probably email and Facebook would be the best places to contact me initially.
Amazing, thank you. And they will, as I say, they will be with the interview. And so the next question, it's sort of like a bit of a change of track, but you did sort of just comment there and say how you love to help people. The next question is sort of like, what drew you to the summit? Why did you want to get involved with the Children's Mental Health Matters Summit?
So when I found you on Facebook, I saw some of the talks that were being offered, and I just thought, wow, I need to be part of this. It looks amazing. I think what you've got is a whole host of skill sets and knowledge, and I think the expertise is fantastic and very varied. For me personally, because I had experience of EBSA myself, so I've got to use the term carefully, because a lot of parents find the term not that compassionate. It is the generally accepted term, but the problem is when we talk about avoidance, emotionally based school avoidance, it implies that children have some control. And as we know with anxiety, children feel very much that things are out of control. So the new term that I'm going to start using is EBSNA, which is emotionally based school non-attendance, because that's actually what's happening. It's becoming a massive issue. But for myself, I started off in primary school with mild school anxiety, which, because it was untreated, and in those days people said, oh, Saffron's just sensitive, she'll grow out of it. And of course I didn't. So that slight anxiety around school manifested into all sorts of other issues. It became, I was missing a lot of school, but also I developed social anxiety, which often goes together with emotionally based school avoidance. So I developed social anxiety, could barely leave my bedroom, had to look through the window before I could leave the house. So my anxiety was really severe. It turned into an eating disorder, and I actually had selective mutism. I developed selective mutism. I didn't speak all the way through school. So it's something I'm really, really passionate about. And I 100% believe that you can recover from anxiety, but it's having the right tools. And I think the issue is a lot of parents feel that they're bombarded with information. They don't know where to turn, and they don't know who to trust, because they feel like they've been let down, understandably, and they're very confused and frustrated. And I get that.
Yeah, totally. And it is amazing what you are covering. The next question was, what are you covering? And obviously you've said there EBSA, and to be honest, EBSA is a much more, it's better than I've been through it, well, myself and with my eldest, when it was called school refusal, and that term really grates on me because it really until you're going through it and you realize that actually it's a physical inability to be able to do it, and it is increasing, and the help isn't out there. It isn't out there. So what you're offering is amazing for, I believe, a lot of parents at the moment, and especially the timing, obviously when the summit is happening, where everyone's just returning to school. So it's you may have had a short window of getting your child back, and now that you're going to be seeing that those issues arising again. So it is a very, very important topic. And so do you want to add anything else about what you'll be including within your presentation without giving too much away?
It's a really contentious issue because obviously parents know that if their children miss a certain amount of school, they get fined, they get, court appearances. And as parents, it's so frustrating because you are doing your very best without knowing what to do for the best. So basically, in my talk, the reason I created the talk in the way I did is based on conversations with a lot of parents. And a lot of parents, I've already supported countless children and got them back into school, but confidently and happily, because a lot of parents will say, I don't want my child to feel forced into school. And that's not what it's about. It's about the child being happy and confident to go to school, knowing that their needs are being met. Without, so there's no force involved. It is a very gentle, small step approach to getting the child back into school happily. But what I'm focusing on primarily, so yes, I'm focusing on what EBSA looks like, what causes EBSA, but also the number one thing that parents ask me for is, what conversations can I have with the school? What can I expect from the school? What can I do as a parent to support my child? And then what can the school do? Because a lot of parents, when I say, what are the school doing? They say, well, the school don't really know how to help. And it is slowly getting better, but not quickly enough. So for me, this is guidance on the questions you can ask and what you can expect from the school and how you can work together as a team, but also with the child's, the child's voice needs to be heard. So this has to be directed from the child. So the child needs to know that they're a really important part of this whole process and that their needs are very much being considered, and with every expectation on meeting their needs.
Yeah, amazing. And it's incredible and full of so much helpful information. So I would, encourage you to come along and watch Saffron's talk along with the other people's as well. So that is amazing, and thank you so much for your time today. Was there anything else you wanted to add to wrap up, or are you happy that you've covered everything?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, my number one thing I wanted to say is that if you have an anxious child and you feel sad, you feel frustrated, please know that I know that you probably feel like you've been going around in circles, but the support is there. And this summit is, even if you just start watching one or two of the talks, you're going to find so much support. And above all else, it's knowing that we have your back. We're there. We're compassionate. We've been there. We understand, and we're there to support you in every way we can. And also feel free to private message me, because having been someone who had anxiety, really horrific anxiety for 25 years, and I'm fully recovered, and I know exactly how the process works, and I know how the process works at every step, and how to guide and support. And Cassie's exactly the same. Cassie's just been amazing. So feel free to reach out and ask for help, is my number one message.
Yeah, amazing. And I couldn't have put it better myself. So thank you for that, Saffron. It's been lovely speaking to you today. But for now, we will end this one and look forward to another speaker in the spotlight very soon. But for now, see you all later. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.